We believe the truth. This is Daht Hill Nation. Carolina through and through. Hoops. Yeah, we talk that blue. We believe in Hills hoops. How about you? PJ with that jumper, still the truth. Daht, he the six man coming through. Desmond been the voice, and that's the root. We believe in Hills hoops.
Welcome into a brand new edition of Bleav in Hills Hoops here on the Bleav Podcast Networks and Tobacco Road Sports Radio. Desmond Johnson in the house with the six-man Tar Heel Hoops, Daht, and former Hills Hooper PJ Hairston, brought to you by the fine folks over at FanDuel. The Tar Heels going to Duke, Carolina with a win. I didn't realize they were like 1-5 or something the past 6 games before Duke. So they defeat Syracuse in a weird one, 87-77. The Heels were up by as many as 32 points in the third quarter. The Orange clawed their way back to make this interesting, but Carolina holds on in the end to survive and to move on. The starting lineup of Derek Dixon, Jaden Young, Henry Vassar, Caleb Wilson, and who am I missing? Missing somebody.
Seth.
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 Sorry, Seth. Actually, I'm going to give you some flowers in a minute. That starting 5 is undefeated since Hubert made that change after that California trip. Tribble, I'm going to start off with you. You deserve some flowers because ever since we kind of called you out, it took about a game or so after we called you out, but you have settled down, my man. You've become what we thought you needed to be for the starting lineup, and it's shown. Like,
absolutely.
You've really kind of given them a baseline when they need a bucket. Like, and it's not Caleb.
Yes.
You give it to Seth, and Seth just drives and slashes. So I wanted to get that out the way from the very, very beginning. That we ain't gonna apologize because we was right, but we're glad that you saw that and you took it to your thing and you went on from there.
Absolutely.
But, what's going on, man? What's going on? What's how y'all feeling about these Tar Heels on a beautiful snow-covered Tuesday?
Well, I think I don't know. I mean, I feel good going to this game. You know, this is what it's about now. Like, you play that game before you play Duke. Now it's the build-up. Like that's one of the best parts of the rivalry. People don't even really realize it. It's the build-up to the game. Like it's the advertisement, it's the commercials, like it's the history. Like it's like when you sitting in your dorm room, like as a player, and you just watching the other college basketball games, and you just and you see the commercials, and it gives you chills, dude. Like I'm telling you, it's one of the craziest feelings.
I'm so glad we had PJ on this pod because whenever Duke Carolina week comes around, and I do radio shows and stuff, across the state for sports, and we always talk about the best games in the rivalry, the best players, and that kind of stuff. But rarely do I get a player. A lot of times the players I have on are older, like 80s, 90s, like guys or whatnot. But PJ is still more in this, century. So like we can actually talk a little bit more about more recent Carolina Duke games. And you came kind of right before the one and done stuff really kicked off, right?
Look, can I just say something before we jump into this? I didn't get to speak on how I feel about last night. Can I get tell them why you mad drop, please?
Sure. I should have had that already ready to go after last night.
He's already bad.
Bro, we're not just going to ignore
dude. He was just sitting there quiet. He was just stewing. He was like, my opportunity to shoot my
I'm just trying to wait on my turn. I don't like when we're talking over each other and you can't hear. So I was just waiting.
Let me tell you why we mad, son.
There you go.
How in the hell is it 7 minutes left in the game and we up a 30 ball and win the game by 10 points?
Was it 7 minutes?
7 minutes left and we up by 30. Now listen,
Oof.
I love the win just like everybody else. But let me let you know something. This right here is just another showing of how easily this team can just start looking at the butterflies and wow, look at what's going on. It's not a basketball game going on. And if we take that type of energy and lack of focus into this game Saturday, we are going to get belt. Like, first of all, letting them come back from 30 points down really pissed me off. But then all of the free throws that was missed down the stretch really pissed me off.
Yeah.
If we lose this game to Duke on Saturday, I told PJ I don't know if it was in our chat or text, but if we lose this game Saturday, it's going to be because of free throws, man. We're not going to get up 30 on Duke. We're not. We're just
No.
not. Like they have too much talent for us to think that we're going to get up 30 on them. So we're going to have to play like smart basketball, protecting each possession, limited turnovers, hitting big shots. But it's going to come down to free throws, man. I'm really, really, really believing that. And when it comes down to free throws, I'm scared. I am SCA red, scared.
What do you think happened? Like, was it just like a mixture of like a couple of things and they just kind of took their foot off the gas, or was this like an actual problem that we need to pay attention to? Because it never felt like Carolina didn't have control of this game, right? Well,
I think they saw we were up 30 and Syracuse not gonna fight back. Syracuse hit Syracuse hit 2 threes in a row and was down 24 and said, "Oh, we got a chance." And that's when it took off.
Yeah.
They were down. They got the lead to 20 and said, "Oh, it's still 6 minutes left."
There's no way a team should be in the Dean Dome down 20 with 6 to 5 minutes left and say, "We still got a chance, y'all."
Yeah, we should have saw Blue Steel last night. We should have saw Blue Steel last night, and we didn't. We were robbed of the opportunity because
Blue Steel.
Another thing happened too. I think Carolina clammed up. Like Carolina got 10 because they saw it coming, and they were just like, "Oh, we didn't expect this," and they didn't know what to do. Like that was more frightening to me. Like having a team down and knowing when to put your foot on their neck. That's a trait, and I don't know if this team has that exactly, and I don't know why. I don't know what that would be. Like, is that a reflection of whoever the main leaders are on the court? Is that a reflection of Hubert? Like, I don't know, because Hubert's had teams that know how to do it. So, what do you thought?
Something else that scared me too was we sort of got exposed, man. Like, we are horrible again. Well, not horrible, but we really have to think when we see the zone, and we really are horrible when they press. Like when a team presses us full court in like a 2-1-2 or like one of those zones, the damn trap. Why we run? Like Jay Williams said it like 8 times in the bracket. Why do we keep running to the corners? Like you learn that in Pop Warner. Do not run to the corners. That's where you get trapped the fastest.
Yep, and they did it like 3 times in a row.
Are we not practicing against the zones? Like why is it that whenever there's a press against us, we look like, oh God, we've never seen this before? Like that definitely is coaching. Like I'm not gonna say HD, but he's head coach, and that's got to be something that's practiced in practice, right? Like so, those things alarmed me. Taking our foot off the gas, missing the free throws, looking confused as hell against the press. And those are 3 things that I'm sure John Shire took note of last night and was like, say less. Why would I wait till I'm down 10, 15 points to go press? Why not just press up top? After every made basket, we pressing, y'all. They have a problem with that. After every third made basket, we pressing, y'all. They have a problem with that. Like Shire is going to coach his ass off Saturday.
And to add to what you're saying, they don't Duke. I watch Duke play. They don't press in general. They're naturally a pick you up 94 feet team.
Mm-hmm.
So even if they're not pressing, Derek Dixon is going to have Caleb Foster in his face for 94 feet the entire game. So we're going to have a secondary ball handler, someone that can come relieve that pressure and be able to take care of the basketball and still be able to flow through the offense.
That's the problem. We don't have that guy. Like
And
we don't have that guard.
Seth. Seth should be that guy. I feel like against Duke, Seth should be that guy.
It probably will be.
This should be Seth's game right here. Like, this should be his game.
This is your last time seeing Duke in the Dean Dome.
You know what I'm saying? Like this, we're gonna need one of them. We're gonna need a career high from Seth on Saturday. That's just how I feel.
I hate when we say stuff like that because now you got Seth thinking he got to come out and do step back.
No, just play your game, Seth. Yeah, I don't care about. I don't care. Just play your game and be aggressive. Be aggressive.
And he has the type of game, where he can get to the free throw line 12 to 15 times.
Right.
He just has to make them, and he has to make the other team believe that he's going to draw the fouls. Because once that happens, now we get the kicks to the corners for them threes. Now we get the drop-offs to Caleb for the dunks and the highlights. So Seth is a key to a lot of our success, especially in big games.
No, I agree. I totally agree. And the games that we've had troubles with are the games that Seth kind of disappeared a little bit here and there, or defense or something was going on. He was being asked to do too much. So, like, I think I think Seth's gonna be. I'm not worried about Seth at the Duke game at all. Like he's the only one that's gonna really truly know what it's like walking into that game off of this roster. Really,
the only one.
There's no one that really truly knows what it's like to do Duke Carolina. Going back to the Syracuse game though, I thought Kyan Anthony was like really, really good because I hadn't really seen him and you hear about him. It's Carmelo Anthony's son. They kept saying that over and over on the broadcast. He just seemed kind of average to me. Like, I mean, he was all right. I mean, yeah, all right. He ain't
6'8", 230.
Nah, he ain't a bucket. Like, I mean, he ain't like that. But going into this matchup, though, I did worry that they were going to overlook Syracuse, and they didn't, to their credit. But I'm kind of happy the game ended the way it did. Like, I'm glad that they didn't win by 30, and they weren't on the floor when it ended. And somebody actually mentioned it. Paler Boy actually mentioned in the comments. And again, it's open mailbag whenever we're on. Since we're live, you can comment in the sections of YouTube, X, or Facebook. Yeah. We'll put it on live. 35-10 run might be a blessing in disguise. Now they mad going into Saturday. Much love, fellas. Coming in from the 336. And he's right. I think he's right. Now Hubert has tape that he can talk about all week. Like, this is where you messed up. This is where you messed up. This is when we got in. Hey, remember when you missed these free throws with like 2 minutes to go? Like, this is the stuff we got to clean up before we go down here and bring Duke into our house on Saturday. And he wouldn't have that before, right?
And let me tell you this would have been one of those games if R. Dub was the head coach. We'd have won. Everybody in there laughing. He come in throwing a trash can. like he come in kicking the trash can, throwing a clipboard. Like, what are y'all smiling for? Like, I feel like, and I'm not saying he didn't, but I know he would win there and send a message. I know he did because everyone saw it. 35-10 run is not hard to miss.
In the Dean Dome, like you're undefeated in the Dean Dome this year.
It's the Dean Dome. You're on ESPN. Like everyone's watching.
Was it? I thought they said because the stadium, the arena wasn't as full as it normally is, or something like that.
Doesn't matter.
Weren't the students gone? Weren't there no classes or something because of the weather? So either way, it's like, even if you're playing at the Y, like I don't care. Like it's Syracuse. Like beat them and move on. And they did. So we're sitting here complaining about it and winning by 10, but it was the way it happened. And I'm hoping that opened their eyes to make it where, okay, we can't do this at Duke. And I don't think they will. Like Carolina seems like this year they play up to teams. They play down to teams too. But when they've had these big matchups, Kentucky, Kansas, Michigan State, or whatever, for the most part, they've kind of risen to the occasion and ain't nothing bigger than this. So, I mean, let's just get into it because I've been wanting to ask you this since last night. I was thinking about this, and I was like, okay, we got PJ on the pod. I got so many questions I want to ask that I can ask now from within because we all think we know like what it is, but only the players truly know. What is it like going into a Duke Carolina game? Actually, better question: who was the person on your team that told you about what it was going to be like Duke Carolina for your first time? Because it feels like there's someone that's going to break you in and be like, "This is what to expect. You're not going to be able to breathe." Blah 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 blah. Who was it on that team that kind of took you off to the side and was like, okay, young fella, this is what's going to happen?
Well, me and Reggie were like best friends, like in college. So it was, I know Reggie told me a lot because I used to talk to him about it like during the summer, like before I even put a jersey on. Justin Watts, John Henson, a lot of them guys, and of course Hairston and Kendall because they had just started the year before. So
really, the team was like kind of
like I tell you, that team, bro, we were all jailed, bro. Like we all talked all the time. So it was never anything like all of us couldn't sit and talk about.
So I mean, okay, walk me through this because if I'm not mistaken, your freshman game is the Austin Rivers game, right?
Yep, the shot.
So you're on the number one team in the country. I think y'all led the entire game.
You led I know this for a fact because I had a watch party in my basement. It was like 8 Tar Heel fans and 2 Duke fans. My bro Chris Lee was a Duke fan.
Of course he was there.
Yes, and my bro Kwame, my best friend. Those are the only two. And we were talking trash the entire game. My son was 6 years old. Isaiah was 6. I'm talking, we in there, yeah, we're great. Bro, when that game ended, they was crying. Q and Chris just shook all of our hands. They didn't even celebrate. They just shook our hands and walked up the steps and walked out. When they closed the front door, they just screamed in my front yard. Yeah, yeah. Like
I can see him doing it too. I can see Chris doing that too because he tries to. Everybody knows he's a Duke fan. He tries to hide it. Like,
bro, I hate that he tries to hide his
yeah,
face.
man, just lean into it. Every time I'm around him. Oh my god, I can see that too. That game changed the way my Facebook settings are set. Like to this day, because it used to be you could just post on my page, and when I woke up the next morning from that game, I had people texting me or not texting me, messaging me on my Facebook from like third grade, like people I ain't talked to in 20 years, just rubbing it in. I woke up to like 300 messages on my wall. I'm just like, oh my god! Like I was more offended because I was like, I haven't talked to you in 20 years. You gonna wait to this moment to come find me? Like,
but hey, look, nobody talks about what happened when we played them on their senior night, though.
Oh, I remember. You know what I remember the most? I don't even remember the game. I remember the pregame during TV while they're hyping the game up, and they were showing your layup line, and everybody in that layup line looked like they wanted to go over there and fist fight Duke. Like they looked so mad. Like I was like, oh, we winning this game,
bro. and what you think the last thing they played is before the tip off, right before the tip off? What you think they played right before the tip off? That shot. On the jumbotron.
How'd that make you feel, PJ?
Oh my god! When I tell you, you saw the poster. You saw the poster. I think James dunked on somebody that night too.
I think so. I mean, it was what we thought the first game was going to be. Like
we beat them by 30. That's when we had the Plumleys crying. That's when
right.
they was over there crying on senior night. Yeah.
I do want to go back to that Austin Rivers shot though, because timeout before. Let me, because I want to know. I want to go into the timeout, like the timeout before. Like what is R-Dub saying? Like is anybody saying don't let them shoot the three? Or watch AR. Like what's being said in the freaking huddle?
So it's a rule when the shot clock or the game clock is under 10, you automatically switch every ball screen, everything. So I think Tyler Zeller, you got to think he's 7 feet. Mm-hmm. Austin Rivers is a guard. I think Tyler Zeller he was playing not to foul him on the shot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I don't think he was necessarily giving him the three, but he was giving him space. I mean, again, he's 7 feet. He can still close out. And it's not like he didn't give a good contest. He contested it good. I mean, at the end of the day, Austin Rivers was a pro for a reason. Like he was a top 10 pick for a reason. Like
off that shot,
like,
really.
And he was a good shooter. He hit big shots. I mean, and it was just one of the moments you just like. Because we had that game in the bag, bro.
We led the whole game. That's why I was so shocked. They didn't take the lead until that shot.
If you watch like the last minute and a half of that game, bro, you just like, how did we give up that game?
Yeah.
Is that what y'all was saying? Like when y'all was in the locker room after the game, like,
bro, we weren't saying anything. No. We was trying to figure out a way to get to their locker room.
No, let's talk about that.
We was trying to figure out how
what y'all was gonna beat him up because he hit a shot. What are we doing?
And guess who the ringleader was?
Who?
336.
You were like, let's go get him. Let's go.
I'm talking about. I'm trying to make a plan to get around security, all sorts. Look, man.
Because I think y'all could probably hear them down the hall cheering. And
bro, you can hear them because they're down by the practice gym. So like the hallway is right there by our back door. So you open it up, they're right there in the hallway.
Oh my god!
That's where all their fans are. That's where all their family is. It's a party.
You can hear a pin drop on the carpet in our locker room.
I bet.
I always hear that Carolina and Duke players are not close, but you know each other. You go to the same barbershops, you eat the same restaurants. How true is that? Like you see each other a lot?
Me and Quinn Cook were best friends, bro.
Like me and Quinn Cook hate Quinn Cook forever.
Yeah, me and Quinn Cook went to the same barbershop. So we saw each other like most days during the week, like after practice. Like he'll have practice, I'll have practice, and after practice we both go get haircuts.
Did they give the Carolina guys preference? Because I remember Kenny Smith saying that in the documentary that if a Carolina guy walked in, that they're like, "Oh no, this chair is reserved for PJ. Like you got to get up or whatever." And the Duke kids would hate it.
Nah, it won't like that. Nah, because the guys who were in there, they were mutuals. Like dudes in there were like state fans. Like they, like you know what I'm saying. So imagine to being them and then Quinn Cook and Peter Hairston walk in. But we ended up getting cool with everybody in there. I mean, and that was just like the spot. That's what we hung out at. Like they had like the PlayStation and all that in there. That's just what it was.
So okay, so I grew up like, I mean, people think this rivalry is going on forever. It really wasn't. Like in the beginning, when I was younger, and I'm older than both y'all, but it's always been Carolina versus somebody, like in the ACC. Like it's never always been Carolina Duke. That really started in the late 80s. Yeah, late 80s, because Duke went through a little lull in the 80s where they weren't really good when K first got there. But once K got them to the Natty in 86, from that point on, 87 on, he was trying to fight to be that same level as Dean Smith. And you start getting some classics from that point. But before that, honestly, it was probably
NC State.
It was State. It was Maryland for a little bit. It was Virginia, like Ralph Sampson. It's always been somebody versus Carolina, but the Carolina Duke thing took on a thing of its own. Really, I blame ESPN, because really it started once TV kind of blew up, and they blew up Carolina Duke into what it is. And then the game, of course, always delivers, like Jay Billis says, but they really took it as a flagship of college basketball. And now College Game Day will be at Chapel Hill Saturday, and made it the marquee event of the season. Like you're going to see this once in February, and you're going to see it again at the end of the regular season. It's going to start off our conference championship week and everything else, and go from there.
I got a random question for both of y'all. Biggest rival: North Carolina Duke, Michigan, Ohio State.
And what, football? Michigan, Ohio State, or just anything?
Yeah, like which like say it as you're not a fan of either sport. If you had,
I'm super biased. I'm biased just because I've never experienced it. But when I see Michigan and Ohio State, like just how many people, it's over 100,000 people in the stands alone.
Yeah,
so that's 5 times as many people as at the Game Dome.
Bro, it is crazy.
Yeah, I can't even fathom how like big that is, and that's a whole state rivalry. Like,
yeah,
I've argued that Carolina Duke is the greatest rivalry in sports and all sports, and I say that because when you look at the other rivalries like Alabama Auburn or Lakers Celtics, Red Sox Yankees, Michigan Ohio State, a lot of times they're lopsided in terms of who's won and who's lost, like over the years. Like Alabama breaks off Alabama or Auburn for like years or whatever, but it's still like a rivalry. Michigan, Ohio State, I think Ohio State has the edge in terms of like how many times they won.
I think Michigan.
Actually, you know what? I'm switched that around.
I think this past year was like the first time Ohio State beat them in like 2 or 3 years. Yeah.
You're right. But it's always one side. Carolina Duke is the only rivalry I can think of where it's pretty much even. Like if they played 100 games, Carolina's 150, Duke's 150. The point differential is like 1. You know, like it's a buzzer beater. It's everything you want. It's everything you want in a college basketball game. Yeah. Every year. It never matters who's playing in it. It don't matter what their rank is. It don't matter any of that. None of that matters. And I can't think of another rivalry in sports where all those things are the same. Because even Lakers Celtics, the Celtics beat the Lakers in the finals like 12 times or something before the Lakers finally beat them. Like, it's not the same thing. Duke Carolina almost gives you a measuring stick of how college basketball is going to be that year. Because if one of them is down, then probably college basketball is down. If they're both up, then it feels like all of college basketball, like they raised the tide of like the whole thing. Like this year, I don't think it's a coincidence that both teams are good. And we're looking at like, this might be the best freshman class of all time. Like there's like 10 kids that are probably going to go top 10 in the NBA draft this year. And it's made the whole thing just elevate. I'm excited. It's the first Carolina Duke game in probably 4 years where I'm looking forward to matching up. Whereas before I was just hoping to hang on, like hopefully we can pull this off. I feel like we match up well with this Duke team. I feel like we can really give them fits.
And speaking of matchup, another random question. Not really random, but who are you putting on Slim to start the game? Seth or Jaden Young? I think I'm going to go Jaden Young because I feel like he'll take more pride into it. Not saying Seth wouldn't, but it'll just give Seth his moment to do everything else.
What's
and
that?
Then
6'6", 6'5"?
6'6", 6'7",
yeah. My question,
but Jaden got more weight on him.
Yeah, he's thick. He's 6'6", right?
Jaden like 6'4", but he's like he's still, you know what I'm saying, he looks stocky.
But what is the dude from Italy for Duke?
The left hand dude.
Can't remember.
What you mean? What is he?
What's his name?
Oh,
I don't know. Left-handed shooter.
But I think that's who Steph starts out with, and I'm with you. I think I think Jaden starts on Slim. And then when Jaden goes to the bench,
Boom.
I think they'll move Seth to Slim. And then
Or they might put JP on Slim.
Because Powell might
I
get
like
some work.
JP on Slim, though. I like Star. That's his Star.
Sorry.
I like, yeah. I think Seth starts out on Sar.
Sar's probably going to – I feel like Sar's probably going to start out on Caleb.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Caleb's
6'8".
6'8", 6'9". Sar's like 6'8" himself.
Freshman. That's interesting. And who's got Boozer? Who you put? You gonna have Cam? You're gonna have Caleb guard Cam on the defensive end.
Henry guard Boozer.
Yeah, Henry guard Boozer.
Henry gonna guard Boozer until Boozer work him too much, and then we're gonna put Jaren in.
I don't know if I like that. Yeah, I don't know if I like him.
He's gonna play that big lineup tomorrow. I feel like, and he's gonna have to probably put Caleb on.
Because Duke got a big lineup too. I can't remember that big man, but I don't like that dude.
I don't like him either. Hold on, he's got that weird name.
I don't like that dude. And they still got Pat too. Don't they have Pat?
Patrick Ngamba.
Yeah.
The 6'11" dude. He's good.
I feel like he played dirty, but I don't think so.
And see, I think it's gonna be a lot of Henry and Pat, Caleb and Cam. And
yeah, that's what I think it is. Cause and
you're gonna need Seth Bassar.
Bro, I'm looking at this Duke roster, and I'm like, how the hell did they not win the national championship last year?
Bro, last year's team will spank this team by like 10, 15
Oh my God, yeah. Like I'm looking at this squad. I'm like, okay, besides
this team is top 5, but last year's team will smoke them by 10 or 15 points. No cap.
Easy. I'm just looking.
Did y'all see Jamal Mashburn say if you put Cooper Flagg in this year's freshman class, he would be the 6th best player?
I agree with him.
Yeah, Jamal Mashburn smoking dope.
I don't agree with that.
Go down the list.
The man's had 80-some points in the last 2 games in the league.
Jamal Mashburn smoking dope.
Go down the list. Who would you draft? If you had the number 1 pick in the draft this year, would you draft Darren Peterson or would you draft Cooper Flagg?
Cooper Flagg. He's
would you
a
draft
6'9"
AJ DeMonsa or would you draft Cooper Flagg?
Cooper Flagg.
Really, over AJ?
Yes.
Cooper Flagg plays both sides of the ball and very, very well. He can also, and he's also 6'9", 6'10". So if you don't have him on ball, he's a great help defender, and he's a point guard.
How about the boy?
He's supposed to be a point guard. He's supposed to be a point guard. He's
not
supposed to be.
They're criticizing Jason Kidd, but Jason Kidd is the same person that put Giannis at point, and now look what happened to Giannis.
And Jason Kidd is Jason Kidd. How are we going to question one of the best point guards to ever play in the NBA on who can play point guard?
Did you see his post-game press conference where he just let off?
Yeah. Now watch when Kyrie does come back. Kyrie not gonna have to worry about stressing and putting the ball on the floor. He can do 1 dribble moves, catch and shoot. He ain't gonna have to do much.
Caleb Wilson or Cooper Flagg?
Cooper Flagg. I'm sorry.
Cooper.
Really?
And Caleb B too. Like, I'm just saying, like it is not
more in his bag than Caleb right now.
He's overall, like Cooper can shoot the 3 too, and he can shoot the 3. He just doesn't.
Yeah, maybe you're right. I don't know.
Number 6 is
right?
insane. 6 is insane. Like if he'd have said third, I might have been like, okay, maybe third.
All right, yeah, you talked me out. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. But there's dudes I would take before Cooper Flagg. I would take AJ or Caleb Wilson before I took Cooper Flagg. I'm not sure if I can build a full roster around Cooper Flagg. I feel like Cooper is like a perfect.
He's doing it now. He's building a roster around him now.
It's not going to work. That's what I'm saying. I don't think they can build it around him.
He hasn't had AD or Kyrie basically for the whole year. They're still in they're almost in a play-in spot because of him. Granted, yeah, they lost a few of them games, but I mean, look how young that team is.
Portis just went in there and just tore them up a couple days ago. Like,
bro, he dropped 50. He had a 50 ball. He dropped 50 and 12 that game.
But there ain't nobody else on the roster right now.
Exactly our point.
That's the point.
Nah, hell no. I'm not putting Cooper. I'm not elevating Cooper Flagg more than what he already has been. Like, I'm not building. I wouldn't say I wouldn't build a roster around him. I would rather build a roster
and to be completely honest with you, I would put Con Knipple in there somewhere too. In that
top 6 of this year's draft.
And that what did he get picked this year?
4th.
fourth. He top 2, 3. He'd be in there too.
Sure, after what we've been seeing, yeah. Like, in
He'd be
hindsight,
in there too.
No. See, the difference is you're looking at Khan, what he's doing now, and putting him back in the draft. You got to remember what he did at Duke. And at Duke last year, he would not be top 6 in this year's draft.
no.
Yeah, true. Okay, true.
Yeah,
Not
I
at all.
give top 10. And that's
Not
because
at
he was playing with Cooper. Because
Exactly, though. The
one
same
time we
as
saw him, the one time we saw him really do his strength was when Cooper was out, when he rolled his ankle or whatever, and Khan had to take over in the ACC tournament. And that's when people were like, oh, Khan's really good too. Ooh.
Now,
Yeah,
I would like to say this. When you said his name, I had to think, man, like, because I think Cooper is a better overall player, but Darren Peterson got something different in him. Like, did y'all see him last night?
Shifty. He's
Darren-
very shifty.
I'm talking about, like, he hadn't scored the entire second half. It was 61-58. They were down. Dude came down, hit an off-balance 3 from the corner, got the rebound on the next possession, came down and hit a sidestep 3 from the left wing, and nobody else scored. They won that game 64-61. Like, Darren Peterson, he got an it factor, a dog in him that I don't know if Cooper got. But I've seen Cooper dog out too now. Don't get it twisted.
All
but
right.
Darren Peterson, like, it's Black History Month. I would go with Darren Peterson.
Yeah. I mean, that's also like you would build with Cooper Flag before Darren Peterson. That's why I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if I would do that.
Let me say this about Darren Peterson. I think Darren Peterson would be better on a team to start off his career where he's not having to be ball dominant, because he can play off the ball and still get his. He's shown it. Because when he's like not healthy, he has to play off the ball. Like other guys are having the ball more, and he's shown like I can get the ball. It's a rule: pass, shoot, or dribble. What you gonna do? Make up your mind in 5 seconds. You got to figure something out. It's like a 0.5 seconds. You have to think about it, and he's good enough to do that. And for him to be not playing full games and still be in the discussion for a top 2 pick, it says a lot about him. So imagine, let's say this. Imagine him at 100%. He's playing 38, 39 minutes of a 40-minute game. He's going to have 30.
I was trying to think, man, this might very well be one of the best freshman classes in a long time. I can't think of another one. Maybe the Zion year. Maybe that was a pretty good freshman, but they were top heavy. Like you got the kid at Stanford that we just saw 2 weeks ago. That's the freshman that I didn't even know of at the beginning of the year. And now he showed up on the graphic last night, like top freshman in the country or whatever. So it's going to be interesting. March is going to be fun. Like you're gonna have a 6 seed, 8 seed, like make a little run because they got a freshman that can drop 30 on you at any moment. Like it's gonna be one of those kind of tournaments. So it's gonna be hard to. Well, it's always hard to pick the brackets, but going into the mailbag before we really get into the nitty gritty of this game, there's actually way more comments in here than I thought there was. D Brown says, "Glad we won, but there's no way to close out a game against a not so good team." PJ, are the players mad about the way they finished last night?
Yeah, we answered that. Yeah.
So they're mad. Had offense and Dixon looked like a freshman at times. I'd rather him look like a freshman in the Syracuse game than the Duke game. So
who spells Derek Dixon's name like that?
It was diabolical. Like Dixon, like that.
Brandon.
Come on, Brandon. The clock saved Carolina, nothing else. 2 more minutes and we lose.
I can't argue that, man, because the way they was doing that press and sending us to the free throw line, like Brandon might be on to something right there. He spelled Derek Dixon's name diabolically.
Yeah, he did. Brandon McLean says, Kind Evans can't hit the ocean right now, but he doesn't really struggle breaking the press. I noticed this last time when they did press. We don't have that Todd Lawson, even Marcus Page, whoever that can just dribble like around it. But to your point from earlier in the show, Dot, we should be able to break the press because I'm pretty sure they practice it every practice. Like we are very good at pressing teams. So wouldn't by default we know how to get out of it because we do it all the time? Like PJ,
I just didn't understand why folks kept running to the corner, man.
Yeah, that same corner too. Like it was every time they would just
run corner by their bench. Like what?
Right there. So they're all doing this too.
I'm probably on the bench trying to pull his pant leg back a little bit.
And then he ran back over there again. Like what are you doing?
Not to mention it's after a made basket. So what do you have the opportunity to do? Run the baseline.
Run the baseline.
Like why do we? I'm telling you, man. Like it just seems like we just get like a deer in headlights and we just forget how to play basketball. Like what?
I wonder if it's because this unit together collectively haven't had a lot of these moments.
Here
like,
you go.
Somebody
Here
walking
you
them
go.
down.
Here you go. Here
I'm just
you
saying,
go.
like
Oh,
maybe that's what it is.
Together long enough to play back. This is stuff they learned in Pop Warner basketball at the Y.
But not with each other. You're not going to know what that dude that's got the ball is going to do until he does it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I understand both sides.
5 dudes to play pickup at Planet Fitness, bro, that know not to get in the freaking corner if they about to trap.
But you can also get 5 dudes that all run to the corner at Planet Fitness because they don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know.
That's why they're at Planet Fitness and not at Carolina. When you're at Carolina, I expect you to have a different basketball IQ, Des.
All right, PJ, break this for us because I'm not saying that B-Dot's wrong. I'm just saying I don't know. I don't know why they kept doing this over and over again and why Hubert didn't correct this. Was it Syracuse? Did Syracuse push them into this, or was this something that we did wrong?
What, on the press?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It's hard to look at because when you keep doing something, it's like, is somebody telling them to stop? Like, you get what I'm saying? But I can't say he's not because
it happens so fast too. Like, it happened
at the end of the day, the press is designed for you to go to that corner because that's the only open space. So if that's the only open space you see, naturally you're gonna flow to that spot. So, but to Dot's point, you can run the baseline, and that spot should flow, and you should be able to catch it right there under the basket. Not under the basket, but at least have some space where you can catch it, turn, and see the entire press because they're going to line it up back normal. And that's how you restart it. But I don't know. I don't know.
Like the idea that you run to the open space, at some point somebody has enough basketball IQ to say, there's a reason why that space is open. There's a reason why the corner right in front of the Syracuse bench is available for me. I'm not going to go stand there. I'm going to fight right here and get in the position that I want as my other basketball IQ ball handler taking the ball out of bounds runs the baseline and gives us some opportunity to get some movement.
No, I will agree with that. They should have ran the baseline because the guy was stationary and the guy was flashing across him to the spot. It wasn't like he was just already standing there. He was starting from one side of the court and went to it both times for the ball to get open, and then the trap came. So as soon as, especially after the first time, if you're going back to the same spot, as soon as you catch that pass, you got to throw it. Like, you can't stop and wait for them to come. Get it out of your hand and go.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say. Like, and the other thing to that, if you're running to that corner, you have to be able to know where you're going immediately, right after you catch it. Because to that defense, going to the corner, it helps less than it will, like, damage. Because if you get into the corner, get it out fast, you got to think that's 2 guys on 1 person. They're already outnumbered once you get it past them.
Correct.
So once you get it to that guy in the middle, that guy in the middle could be Caleb, it could be Seth, it could be anybody. But then you got Caleb running the wing, you got Henry under the basket. Now you're at a 3-on-1. So like if you get
Caleb in the middle, Henry in the middle. He's a
right,
7-footer.
it really doesn't matter because once you get it out of that corner, out of that trap, you have them. You have them outnumbered. And remember when I was telling y'all, that's why when people take threes out of a press breaker, those are considered bad shots because it's a quick 3. It's considered a rush shot. So if they make a 3 out of a press breaker, you can take that over just giving up a 3. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand. Trevor Jackson, 8359 says 31-point lead dropped to 6. Dean would have put players on the bench and put a blue team out there. Roy would do the same, but chew them out. Lukewarm coaching, immature players, and poor leadership. I don't know if it's that far, Trevor. I mean, Syracuse is ACC too. Like, I don't know if it was like at that point, but it happened so quick that I think they just got shell shocked for a second. And shout out to them for recognizing it and fixing it and winning the game because previously they would have lost this game. That's why I'm sitting there like, I'm not going to rag them too much for losing.
Could you imagine giving up a 30-point lead and losing the game before we play Duke?
And going to Duke. That's what I'm saying. They figured it out at the end. And yes, they missed some free throws at the end, but we're used to that at this point. But they did hit some to keep it at bay. I think Seth hit a couple. I think Caleb hit one to kind of keep them far enough out where the clock became their friend, and they won the game. So am I mad they lost the lead? Yes. Am I mad that they did whatever against the press? Yes. But did they win the game? Yes. And did they win it in a manner where they kind of took the control back by the end of it? Yes. So like I can't be that mad about something that happened in the game that didn't ultimately affect the outcome of the game, if that makes any sense. Because in the end, only thing that matters is the final score. I don't care if they won by 2 or 25. Like, win the game. Like, and I think we get caught up on like margins and that kind of stuff when it comes to Carolina in particular. But
no, I don't think so. I think honestly, the people that's disappointed in this win are just like you said at the beginning of the show. We're disappointed in the way it ended. Like, that should have been a 20-point win. But it's been all season where we should have had 20-point wins, like making free throws. He's just in 40, but making free throws, hitting more threes. You know what I'm saying? Like, less turnovers. Like, that's always the case. So I think it's just a situation where we want to see the boys play 40 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like, not 30 minutes, not 35 minutes. We want to see you play 40 minutes of the way that you played the first 30 minutes against Syracuse or the second half against Cal. Like, we want 40 minutes of that. And if we get 40 minutes of that, like, we'll be beating teams by 20, 30, 40 points.
I don't know if we've seen that at all this year. 40 straight minutes of like the entire game of Carolina being on against anybody. Maybe Kansas, maybe. But even in that Kansas game, I felt it was a lull somewhere in there.
Nah, that last like 5 minutes of that first half, we had some letdowns. Because remember, it was a close game and they went up 8 at the end of the first half.
You're right. Yep. So yeah,
and then the whole second half we played. That whole 20 minutes of that second half, yes, we played that whole 20 minutes, and you saw what happened. We won the game. So imagine we put it together, we could have beat Kansas by 15, 20 points too.
Well, what better place to do it than at home against Duke on Saturday at 6:30? Like, that would be the spot where all this comes together, all 19 games that you guys have played together. Because again, Hubert, it took him 18, 19 games to figure out the rotation. And I don't think people really understand that either. Because again, like Daht said earlier, I've been harping on it because it's true. These players haven't played with each other. They haven't played with each other. And we keep expecting them to play as if they have. PJ, you just talked. You roll your eyes, Daht, but it's true.
Because, man, they haven't played together.
PJ just said the 20. What was the thing about the 2012 team, PJ, that made y'all really, really good?
We did everything together.
Y'all were talking to each other. Y'all knew each other. Y'all were tight. Like, y'all know each other. There's a difference on a team when all 12 dudes know each other.
And we're not saying, and I'm not saying they don't hang out, they're not cool. But when you're recruiting somebody as opposed to someone coming in through the portal, it's different. Because you're recruiting somebody, you see this person maybe 2 or 3 years before they even come.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're coming to games on visits until, now they're committed. Now they're here every other weekend, every other game. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, you're building a relationship as opposed to somebody coming in from Colorado. And you get what I'm saying? And I'm not just choosing one person, but you got people coming in from different places. So, like, the chemistry is going to take a little longer. Not saying it's not there.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. And now they finally figured out the rotation, and now it makes it look better. And
we're figuring it out. I think we're figuring it out.
I think so too. I don't think Daht thinks that.
I think y'all pacify these D1 paid players entirely too freaking much. For example, let's hear it Bleav and Heels Hoops, right? This is our first time doing this together. We got like maybe 8 episodes under our belt. So we're growing with that. However, I've been doing this a very long time. Dez has been doing this a very long time. PJ knows basketball better than anybody on this platform. So the 3 of us together can have a good show. Like,
we like the dream team. We different.
Yeah, we don't go 4 minutes with dead silence or a bunch of stumbling and stuttering because we ain't been working together for a long time. We do good for different parts, but wait a minute. What are we going to talk about now? No. Because we're professionals. And we know what
I can't stand you. I swear. I can't stand you.
Like, it's insane. These dudes are being paid $2, $3, $4 million to play basketball. How do you forget to not go to the corner when somebody's running the freaking press? Because we haven't played together long enough? F out of here.
It ain't even been 20 games. They ain't even played 20 games yet. Now, can you say that they look better now than they did back in November when they first started? I think they look better as a team than they did back in November. Like, Thanksgiving ball, like, compared to now, it feels like they know the roles better now because Hubert finally figured out who needs to be starting. I will say, you said earlier about Jaden Young and his minutes. I noticed that last night too. Why do you think his minutes are getting cut? Because he is still starting. So it's almost like Hubert don't want to mess with the juju there, but He wouldn't have there at the end. So what is his role? Like, why is he starting?
I hate to say this, but I think it's based off that first shot he takes.
What do you mean?
If he makes it, he stays.
Oh, wow.
Like, because I'm looking at it, did his man score or something? Because if you give up more than maybe one stop, like if you give up more than one bucket or something, and you come down and miss a three, you're probably gonna get subbed out. Like, and that's just the nature of it. Like I hate it. I don't like that it's that way, but like I do feel like he deserves a chance because it may not say it on the stat sheet, but I know for a fact he's one of our best shooters. Like,
and I know Daht's been on him high all year. So
he was a double-digit scorer in the ACC just last season for a reason. Like, he didn't come to Carolina to not play. Like, I get the whole, and I get the whole dream school. Yeah, that, like, I get all of that, but how would you feel? Like, how do you think he feels to play at his dream school? Like, that's just all I'm saying. I just think he needs more of a chance. Like, that's what I think. Because him playing 9 minutes I think that was just kind of crazy.
That might have been matchups too, in the way that second half ended up going. Maybe he was supposed to play more and he just didn't get back in the rotation. Again, Luka's playing better. Luka's playing better than he was 2 weeks ago. So that's cutting into his minutes. Powell already had kind of carved minutes already because of what he brings to the table. And I think it's more Luka. I think Luka's the one that's really eating his minutes up because Luka's starting to find the bucket. Like you can kind of tell when it leaves his hand the past couple of games that he's really starting to get more confident. And like, what better place for him to have a Cormac Ryan type of game than Saturday at the Dean Dome against Duke?
You know, I didn't forget about him, but man, do I love him.
Oh, Cormac Ryan?
Yeah, I forgot that. I didn't forget about that game he had, but bro.
And you didn't expect it because he came in as a transfer and blah, 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 and all that stuff. But he was in the rivalry. That was my kind of question. Like, how much are these guys that haven't experienced Duke Carolina? How long does it take for them to realize they're in Duke Carolina? Like, once the game, like, do you even when you tip off, are you even still thinking about that, or is it just becomes a basketball game? Like,
yeah, once you tip off, all the butterflies, all that stuff's gone. Like, now the ball's in the air. It's real life now.
yeah, that's what I kind of figured.
Yeah,
and
once the ball tip, yeah, that's it. All the other stuff is out the window.
So it's Seth, James Brown, and I guess Aiden High are the only three that have been in a Duke Carolina game. The rest of them haven't. But guys like Caleb Wilson, I don't doubt Caleb Wilson's fandom at this point of Carolina.
That's what scares me, though.
He is a diehard Carolina guy. I saw the picture of him and Kenny Smith and Charlie Scott after the Georgia Tech game, I think Saturday. And just seeing the three generations of Carolina players there and Caleb just being so invested into it. I do think this Carolina roster, and I'll ask this to both of y'all, they're getting better, I think, as the year goes on. It feels like this roster is built for March, like for tournament play, like the way it's situated.
Yeah, and I'm going to say this, and I'm going to answer that. But I'm going to tell you the one thing that does scare me about this team and going into this game Saturday, that Seth and those two other names you named were the only people that's played in this rivalry. So I just kind of feel like I don't want this to be one of them games we come in and don't take it serious. And I'm not saying don't take it serious, but come out flat, come out lackadaisical, come out lazy, not taking care of the ball. Because if that happens, we'll be calling timeout before that TV timeout, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, actually, you know what? I'm looking through the Duke roster, and I don't know how many of them have actually played in this game either. That Ngongbo kid was there last year. He's a sophomore.
Caleb Foster is like this Seth. He's like this Seth Trimble.
Malik Brown.
They have more.
Yes.
They have more that have actually played.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they got a couple have actually been in the game, and
the Boozers, like their dad is Duke lore, so like they've been around their whole life. Just like Jaden Young. Jaden Young has never played in a Carolina jersey, but he knows the Carolina rivalry. Like,
and I'm gonna be honest, that's what scares me. Like, are we gonna come out flat, or are we gonna come out and like we done played in this rivalry for 4 or 5 years straight? Like,
I think they'll step up. It's kind of hard to not get. I'd imagine it's hard to not get hyped for Duke Carolina if you're wearing those uniforms, right? Like, you're gonna
for sure.
I hear people
college game day on campus all day. Like, that's my experience. Like, my introduction to the Duke Carolina game was hosting College Game Day pre-show and then watching all of that. Like as the sixth man in the arena host for Carolina basketball during my tenure, my very first year, it's just so much pop and circumstance, man. Like you get there super early and the crowd is there 3 hours before the show even goes on. They're full of energy. They're screaming like we in a swag surfing and just getting loud for B-roll for them to go to commercial breaks and stuff. Like then to have the show and the coaches and then the players are coming and talking about it. It's just so much energy around it that you can almost get lost in the sauce of the day and forget that you got a game later on. As crazy as that is, but when them ESPN trucks and them lights and everything, and Jay Will out on the court, and they all
it'd be packed.
Bro, I'm talking about packed before the hours before the game.
That parking lot be packed.
Like I remember being by the time tip-off started, I was exhausted, and I'm not playing, but I'm just like all the work that I was doing before the game, and then like a little brief intermission between the College Game Day, and then having to be back for warm-ups and practice and all that. Like I said to myself, like, dang, like I can't imagine how Mondo and them feel out there. Like they have got to because they was out there doing interviews and all that kind of stuff. Like trying to keep your natural, normal progression of a game day is impossible on Carolina Duke Day. So I just hope they can find a way. I think that's the most important thing. Like not so much coming out flat, not realizing that this is a big game, but everything you do before a game normally, all of that's thrown out the window. So still being able to produce and not going through your normalcy of game day, I hope that the freshmen and the first-timers can adapt that way for sure.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a Duke Carolina game that didn't deliver. Like, there's been times where the Carolina's blown Duke out or Duke's blown Carolina out, but we kind of saw it coming like beforehand. Even the games where we weren't really sure if they're going to be like a good game, they've always been a good game. Like always. Like I just can't think of one that just didn't deliver. And I'm even thinking of like, I guess the Duke Carolina Final Four matchup is the biggest Duke Carolina game ever to this point until they meet for a natty, which would cause the state of North Carolina to sink into a sinkhole or something.
I don't even think I can watch.
Walmart to get looted. Like it'd be crazy. Like I don't know if I could.
Yeah, because Lord have mercy.
I couldn't watch that.
Would you?
I wouldn't be able to watch.
I didn't want the Final Four game, to be honest. I did not want that game to happen. And then when we saw it starting to happen on the bracket, and I was like, no, please don't let this happen.
I wish it was some way they could have just flipped the games and let us play somebody else and let Duke play the other team.
But then we would have played them in the national championship, and that would have been worse. That would have been worse. Like,
imagine had Caleb Love hit that shot in the national championship game, though.
There's no rivalry no more. It's over. Like, what can you say? Like,
I don't give a damn. Him hitting that shot in the Final Four rivalry.
No, right.
Yeah,
no,
it's
right.
almost over.
That's what I'm saying. So imagine him hitting that shot, and then we holding up the trophy right after he hit that.
And you retired K on that shot too?
Oh my goodness.
There's no other way to go. That's it. It ain't never been better than that, right? That's it. So
listen, I'm gonna tell you, man, like being at that Duke Carolina Final Four game, like there is no better feeling. Like we got so wasted that night. Like I'm embarrassed.
Yeah.
I'm embarrassed to share how shell we got that night. Like I'm talking about, man. We did things that I hope God does not show on the big jumbotron at the
You were with Josh Graham during this. Josh ain't a huge drinker, is he?
Josh was sober the whole night.
Oh my gosh.
Me on the other hand, my boy John, other Tar Heel greats who will remain unmentioned. We got so shell. I'm talking about embarrassingly shell.
New Orleans is a good spot to do it in, though. New Orleans is the spot. You're gonna do it. Do it there.
But even still, with all of that, man, nothing tops beating them in camera.
Oh, the retirement.
Nothing.
The look on them faces.
The girls in the crowd crying, like up on the verge of tears.
No, I think for me it was the alumni. All the alumni with the sad faces and the puzzled looks. And
Jay Williams. Jay Williams is in the sea of Duke alumni, just kind of looking around like the John Travolta meme, the Pulp Fiction. He's just kind of like looking for somebody to give him an answer.
Time out.
Make it stop. He's already
in the same game. Caleb and Armando had that picture where Caleb threw the pass. Armando was dunking it in. Oh my goodness.
See,
yeah.
And
always
wait, but y'all forget this. after all of that, Coach K had to come back out and speak to the people.
That was the best part. That was the best part because they televised it. He had to tell them to shut up. He had to tell the Duke fans
Oh
to shut up.
my God!
Y'all need to shut up for a second so I can get this out. Like, well, what?
Nothing is better than that. Nothing beats that.
So Hubert does not have a great record against Duke to this point. I don't believe he got those 2 wins against K that year, but I think Shire's kind of had his number the past couple years, right? Like I think he's like 1-5 or something against Duke. So
this last year.
Yeah, well, Hubert's coming with a squad this year. I think he built this team again. It feels like they're built from March. It feels like they're a tournament team where you can take them someplace and win 2 games in 3 days, like that kind of like team.
Huge game for Henry Vassar.
Yeah, because he'll be on. I don't know if I'm saying the dude's name right.
He'll be on that full back, man.
Nagombo, and he's a projected top 15 pick right now.
Really,
big game for Henry Vassar.
I hate Pat.
He's 6'11", 250.
Big game for Henry Vassar.
They got some other dude, some African dude that's on the bench. I don't know if he plays. He's from Nigeria.
He'll be there next year.
Ofukachu.
He'll be there next year.
Yeah. He's 6'11", 240. So like,
he ain't going nowhere. He'll be there next year.
What's the deal with Caden Boozer, not Cam Boozer? His twin, the freshman guard. Like
he's projecting a first round pick too.
He's been starting too. They didn't put him in the starting lineup. They trust him as a point guard, yo.
I'm not scared of this Duke team. Have you ever had years where like you went to Duke Carolina and you're like, I'm a little nervous about this Duke team, and then you have some years you're like, I ain't scared about this Duke team at all. Like, how do you feel going into this game? Are you scared of this Duke team?
Yes. Yes, I am. I'm going to be honest. Yes, I'm very scared of this Duke team. Cam Boozer he's a bull in the china shop. But the thing about Cam Boozer that I respect is he always finds a way to get his position. And that offense, they will pass the ball around that perimeter until he's just got in the right spot, and then they give him the ball, and he's going to go up and get a bucket, or he's going to miss it and get a rebound, get fouled, go to the free throw line. He's just smart. Slim is a freaking sniper. I've been watching Slim play basketball for the past 5-6 years, just even here in Charlotte, before he became Slim that everybody knows, and then watching him become Slim, and then watching him wait his turn last year behind Cooper and Khan, and now knowing that this is his shine. Like, he knows that this is his moment too. Like, he knows the Austin Rivers shot. He knows these big games. Like, so I'm expecting a big game from Seth. This dude, Sar, man, like, he is such a freaking dog. Like, he's a sniper. He can daggone create shots. He gets in the paint. Like, they got a lot. And then, like, what's the point guard from Charlotte too? Can't think of his name.
For Duke,
Caleb Foster.
Caleb Foster.
Caleb Foster, Virginia.
He always got a chip on his shoulder. Like, he never feels like he gets the respect he deserves. So he comes out playing different. And I just think that Shire does a great job coaching, man. Like, he's just a phenomenal freaking coach.
He really is. Yeah.
Those things, man, like all those things. And again, like, what scares me even more than Duke is the stuff that we do consistently. Missed free throws, check out for long periods of time. Like, you cannot afford to do that with a Duke team like this because they want to embarrass us. Like, other teams want to beat us. Other teams want to make highlight stuff so they can show, so they can get to the league. Duke, they all know they're going to the league. They want to be one of the teams that say they embarrassed Carolina in the Dean Dome with Caleb Wilson, with Henry, with Seth as a team. They want to be able to hang their hat on that. And those things sort of scare me more than anything.
Brandon McLean, 2933, says the Shire years of Duke Carolina have been sweeps. 2-0 Duke, then 2-0 UNC, then 3-0 Duke last year. Because when we swept them 2-0, that was the Hairston, Ingram, Cormac Ryan, Armando group. They got a 1 seed. Al Page 89. So, and shout out to everybody's coming in. Sorry, my mouse is acting all stupid right now. Shout out to everybody's coming in with the comments. I'm not worried about this Duke game. I'm more worried about what UNC team we might get if they play with discipline and move the ball. We can win the game. And to Daht's point, I think Carolina's talented enough this year. Hubert constructed this roster that's good enough where if they're on, and to PJ's point too, all year, if they're on, there's not a lot of teams in the country where I'm like, they're going to have trouble. Arizona, Michigan, Duke. That's probably the 3 right there. Like, out of all the teams in college basketball, like, even if we're on point, are we still going to be in a battle? Yeah, probably Arizona, probably Michigan, and probably Duke.
Yeah, but those are the games we can be able to trust those free throws being hit too.
That's the yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like
that's
that's
right
what I'm saying.
there.
And we could just shoot like 80% from the free throw line every game,
Bro.
at least.
Bro,
I think that ship has sailed. Like I think we are what we are at this point. Like they're just.
Bro, 'cause think about it. We missed 10 free throws last night. We make 5. We win by 15.
after being up 32.
You get what I'm saying? You see how much better 15 looks than 10? You see what I'm saying? And then you can look at it and say, oh, we only missed 5 free throws. You can have something good to say about the end of the game.
Great. This is Cormac Bogovic.
Cormac Bogovic is hilarious. Cormac Bogovic is hilarious.
Hey, I would love it. I would love it if Luka comes out, hits 6 threes.
That's what I'm worried about.
Worried about him being too hyped to start. How easy is that in this game to be over?
That's all adrenaline because after you're gonna get that first win and you're gonna see it, somebody gonna be out there winded, tired in the first 4 minutes, bro, because you gotta think all of that anxiety you have going into the game. You probably out there in warm-ups, going between the legs, 360s, all stuff you ain't never done in warm-ups before. You just doing it because it's the Duke game. Trust me, I was one of those. I'm out there throwing it off the glass, windmilling. Look, dude, just showing off everything. I know it's 50 NBA scouts in the building. Let me just show them I got bounced a little bit.
Let me ask you this, though. The difference in the environment between the Dean Dome and Cameron for this game, because both y'all been in there for both, I would assume. So Cameron is built more like a high school gym, from my understanding. Like it's tight, it's 10,000 people, they're right on top of you. Dean Dome is this cavernous 19,000 seat arena. The sound's gonna be different, right? Like the vibe is different, I assume, right? Or
I mean, being in the Dean Dome, Cameron is like being in a microwave. And they turn it up, for 2.5 hours while we in there. It's hot, like the floor is slick, like it'd be a lot going on in there, bro. And then you gotta think, and it's only 400 people in the gym,
and they're never going to tear it down.
And they don't shut up for 40 minutes. I'm telling you.
But see, like that's a misconception. Now that right there to me is a misconception. So the Duke Carolina games at the Dean Dome, the 3 that I experienced, I was on the floor, right with the student section, right behind the goal. The Duke Carolina game I experienced at Cameron, I had a ticket and I was in the stands, so I wasn't around the Cameron crazies. And you'd be surprised, up top they don't get as loud and as rambunctious as what you think the entire – because when you're seeing it on TV, of course you're seeing on that lower bowl the Cameron crazy. Oh, that ain't going up top. Like they're cheering when big plays are made, but they not and all that. That's just the Cameron crazy. That's just to affect what's happening on that floor.
Yeah, I'm about to say that. Just, I mean, you got to be able to see it from like my point of view too. Like if you out there playing, you not seeing them people up there.
Right.
True. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You taking the ball out, they like this on your back.
Right.
They can't, but they can't touch you. That's the thing. They're like centimeters away from you. They're like this. Like
getting towards the
And I love that so much. I just want to just go on record saying I respect that. Like that's what I wish Carolina had. That type of energy. Can you imagine 21,000 seat space? And the lower bowl is all students all going, oh, not necessarily doing that, but just making energy in that space. Like we would be the most intimidating gym in college basketball. There's no doubt about it. Like it's almost like Allen Fieldhouse with the Jayhawks.
That's a good example.
Dude,
and
Maryland,
we saw it when you were the 6th man. You were on the court. Like that was the first time the fans were kind of coordinated. You know what I mean? Because they're out there, but they're spread out all across the arena. And when you were out there doing stuff in between timeouts and during the game, you were able to kind of coordinate them all. So like they felt it too. And I know there's a lot of them probably still miss you out there doing it. And there's a lot of older folks that probably just didn't know what it was to begin with. So they were scared and confused. But
right. Even Roy, that was even Roy Williams. Roy Williams came to me, Coach Roy said, and he told me this in New Orleans. He said, bro, when you first started, I did not like it. I was wondering why it was necessary. I was like, it's just a bunch of noise and just a bunch of He said, but as the season progressed, I really learned to enjoy it, and you are really a professional at what you do. You
That's
really
right.
increase the energy in the Dean Dome. And don't you ever take that damn hat off. And I will not take the hat off. But like that right there was a testament to me, like, because there are a lot of people that didn't understand in it, but people hit me after every game. My homegirl Tink just hit me last night, and she said the Dean Dome misses you. Like nobody in Carolina will ever say it to you, but trust me, the fans miss you. And this team is a team that needs the energy that you would inject into the fans. And I know that. I'm not oblivious to that. Anybody that witnessed that 2.5-year run of me as arena host, you know there's a difference in the energy in the Dean Dome.
I agree. I was thinking about it the other night watching the game. I'm like, man, I'm used to seeing Daht right there on that left side of my screen behind the goal. Like I would look for him because I would look at the hat. And I'm like, there he is right there. And then there was one game where like you ran out, the teams were running off and you almost got ran over. You were trying to run out and they didn't see you or something. And I saw it like on the TV. I'm like, no, you're about to run over. No. And then he was okay. He was fine. He was cool.
They tried to fry me for that too on social. Like, oh, you need to fire him. He doesn't know. But the reality is that was the media timeout horn. And the ref had not screamed or had not stopped play for media timeout. But I knew it was a media timeout. So I wanted to get the crowd excited, like, we made him burn a timeout, let's go! So I jumped on and one of the players was like, yo! I'm like,
I was like, yo, what's the Peacock doing out there? What's he on the court for? So I miss it because the crowd, again, they weren't coordinated. You might have students right here, you got students behind the goal, and then you got some up here and around, but they're not like in a set space, like to really unify their
even
voice.
That too, like to that point, like even having some uniformed student section, right? Like a lot of times they just scream, oh, and I would tell them like that's not doing nothing. Like I need everybody in this section jumping up and down. Like I would give talks to the student section before the games. Like, listen, if you're not here to sweat and scream the entire game, please go to the stands and let somebody up there in that second level come down here and get these spots. I need folks down here that's making noise, being disruptive. When the cheerleaders start a cheer, it is our job to echo the cheerleaders. You know what I'm saying? Like just giving those types of directions, because then that permeates through the rest of the freaking Dean Dome. If this whole section right here is jumping up and down, oh, you start looking around, there's other little kids jumping up and down, oh, and now their parents are jumping up and down with them. Like, and that's the type of energy that the Dean Dome needs all the time to help support the players, I think.
That's why I think Maryland is like one of the hardest places to play, because like Maryland student section is the whole bottom section of the arena.
Yeah, see, those are the worst. Michigan's
like
too,
it's like the whole bottom section of the arena is their student section. So like everybody else behind it is like fans.
This is B Right Mike. Thanks for the donation, Mike. It says I have
a question. $10?
Yeah, that's why I was like,
I know people can do that.
Yeah, it's set up where they can send it through, and then Google doesn't dump it out till it hits a certain limit or whatever. So we still got a little ways to go. But B Right Mike was like, I have a question for the panel. Why do guards and bigs play so terrible in the pick and roll? Why Coach Davis doesn't have them to hedge the pick and roll? PJ, you might be able to answer that.
What that mean to hedge the pick and roll, PJ?
That means when the guard, like when the big man comes up, instead of him playing back, he jumps out all the way to make the guard change direction. And I know why he's not doing that, because you can't do it with Henry. He's not fast enough to be able to get all the way out there and get back to the paint. That means if he's all the way out and that big man, say he doesn't even set a real screen, he gets out there and fakes a screen and he slips it. Now Henry's caught all the way out here, and you got whoever's under the basket playing three.
See, that makes sense. So yeah.
So it'll take them all out of rotation. I get that. I said that too. And I was thinking you could do that with Caleb more so, and that way you leave Henry at the basket.
If you have Jaren and Caleb in there,
if Caleb's guarding like more of a big than like a actual pick and pop big, like if he's guarding someone that's maybe like 6'8", 6'9", but he's more of a mid-range type of guy, you can do like a hedge with that with Caleb. That way the guards don't get switched off and it's a mismatch.
I just saw what time it was. Oh my gosh. I'm certain to tell everybody there's a hard out, and hard out's me. Why can't we have our version of Speedo Man? You remember Speedo Man? The dude would be at the Duke games in the Speedo. He'd be behind the
behind the back.
They want somebody to do that for us. And Henry does sag too far back, though. Guards are turning that corner way too easy. Some of that's not his fault. I mean, he's 7'2".
Yeah,
Big feet.
like he has to play back. Like the game is taught now. You either gonna give up a mid range or you're gonna give up a layup. And the mid range jump shot is the lower percentage shot in the game today. Nobody shoots mid range jumpers unless that's your game. Like the game is literally threes and dunks, threes and layups.
I hate it. I'm sorry.
Like when people, like I've told y'all before, when people get steals and you have a 3-on-1 break, dudes are not going to the lane anymore. They're running straight to the corners.
All the way
Like,
in high school. Yeah.
Yeah, like this is like the game has changed. It's nothing like that's just how it is now.
Do you like it?
As a shooter, I love
Oh,
it.
yeah, I don't know why I asked you.
Oh my
I don't know
god!
why I asked you. Yeah,
I
you
still
gotta
have
look.
I still have clips of me doing it when I played with Roy. So like, and I would
You're
get
ahead of your
oh
time.
my god, I would get cussed out about it. But he wouldn't say if I made the shot, he wouldn't say anything. So I knew like I knew what I
You
was
better make the
risking.
shot.
Yeah, like, I was like, I got to make the shot. So
I got a question. I know you got to get out of here, but I got
Yeah.
a question for PJ real quick. Just in the spirit of Duke, Carolina, you 1v1 versus Austin Rivers in y'all's prime in college. Who wins?
I say me, and I say me because I didn't get a chance to really showcase my game until my sophomore year. Like you got to think, I was playing behind Hairston, so I didn't play as much as Austin. So I was coming off the bench. I played probably 8 or 9 minutes in each Duke game my freshman year. Austin was playing 25, 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? He was the top 10 pick that year. So I think coming out of high school, like if you would have lined us up at the McDonald's game, I would have got him because that's when I was really in my bag.
You're more stout too. Like you have a better frame than Austin was kind of slim.
Yeah, he was a little frail. He was a little lighter
back
than me.
down. Yeah.
What about you versus Quinn Cook 1v1 fresh out of high school?
Me versus Quinn. Quinn was only like 6'1", 6'2".
Yeah,
but I mean,
when in high school.
I mean, but Quinn's scoring ability was really underrated too, because Quinn could really score the ball.
Yes.
People didn't know that. It was just that system he was in.
In DC, he was a bucket.
Right, but when he got to Duke, he was a point guard. He had to become a point guard because he had so much talent around him.
Right.
But
they don't win the 2015 national championship without Quinn Cook.
Absolutely.
Like, they had to have. He was the senior point guard. Like he
big
was
shots.
the only one. Yeah, he was the main dude. So I've said that all the time. I'm trying to hold on. I got David Glenn texting me.
Yes, you got to get out of here, my boy.
Yeah, I think that's the end there. So you guys want to give a quick prediction on the game before I start this out?
Ooh, PJ versus Danny Green 1v1.
Danny Green,
like right now?
Nope, in y'all's prime. In y'all's prime.
Right now.
In y'all's prime. And then you versus Reggie Bullock in y'all's prime.
I'm taking me all day against Reggie, and he know that every day. He know that.
Reggie, you might have to come on here and straighten your face, boy.
Nah, Reggie know that. Even since I played Reggie all through high school, he know I'm taking me any day.
But I'm take you. You're supposed to take you.
I'm taking me over DG. I'm taking
really?
me over DG. In our prime, I'm taking me over DG. DG didn't average 30. Yeah. DG didn't average 30 in high school. I did.
On that note, we're gonna stop it right there. On Bleav in Hills Hoops. We should be back. Hell, depending on what happens with this Carolina Duke game, we might be back Sunday. I don't know.
I think we need to be back regardless. Win or lose, we need to be back Sunday, man.
Yeah. So we'll probably Super Bowl.
We got a lot. Yeah, do it before the Super Bowl.
Okay, so we'll plan to do something early Sunday afternoon before the Super Bowl, so you guys can watch that before. Kickoffs at 6:30, and ain't nobody gonna watch that 3-hour-long pregame show or 5 hours, whatever it is for the Super Bowl. So come check us out. We'll be live with our post-game comments for Carolina Duke, hopefully celebrating a Carolina victory, and we'll go for there. So number 4 Duke taking on 14th ranked Carolina. That is a 6 o'clock.
6:30
6:30 tip off. Yep. And
it'll be at Aura, man. Aura High Life 200 Pavilion Boulevard. In Charlotte, we kick the doors open at 5 o'clock. Games kicks off at 6:30, and then we're gonna wrap it up around 8:30, 9 o'clock. We definitely got giveaways.
And let's be clear, it's no snow this weekend.
Yeah, the weather looks good. The weather looks good this week. Let's make this happen. Let's go. So go check out Aura and B-Dot at the watch party over there. So for B-Dot, for PJ, for myself, this is Bleav in Hills Hoops. You've been watching and listening through the Bleav Podcast Network and Tobacco Road Sports Radio, brought to you by FanDuel. We'll see you guys Sunday, probably don't know, probably like 2 o'clock. We'll put something on social media so you know, but it'll be early in the day on Sunday so you can get right and get ready. So we'll see you guys on Sunday.
We believe the truth. This is Tar Heel Nation, Carolina through and through. Hoops, yeah, we talk that blue. We believe in Hills hoops. How about you? PJ with that jumper, still the truth. Daht, he the 6 man coming through. Desmond been the voice, and that's the root.